What's good? What's good? What's good?
Back with another
Welcome
one.
to welcome to OTC episode 2.
Two,
Man,
two.
how you doing, my boy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. We closed the deal today. Another big monumental deal.
We did. We did. We did. I'm proud. Look at us.
Hey,
Who would have thought? But hey, we making moves out here, and I'm happy for us. I'm happy for us. We'll get into that a little bit, I'm saying a little later. But man, today's a good day. Whether the
it
market
is
is up or
indeed.
down, today is always a good day.
I went
You know what I'm
shopping
saying?
today,
There's
man.
plenty to talk about. I hope you did. I
I
hope
went
you did
shopping
because I
today.
put a little something in the market
I
yesterday.
went shopping
You know
today,
what I'm
and
saying?
I'm going shopping.
But that's gonna have to wait till the end of the month. It's okay. With that being said, man, we got plenty of topics lined up. It's earning report season, so we're gonna get into that a little bit. We got some comments related to the CEO of Nvidia and his rationale or look on the Biden admin and his restrictions. Of course, Biden administration yet again. Get into that. Talking about clearing the sale of Bitcoin. Got some issues with that personally. And then we'll wrap this up. Inflation impacts your purchasing. But with that being said, man, let's get right into it. Man. What's up
Hey,
with these earning
we
reports, man? It's earning report season. What these companies talking about?
all right, man. So as far as earnings reports, as you know, it's earnings season, so we have a lot of earnings coming up. And if you didn't know, I'm gonna put y'all up on some game right now. If you have companies on your watch list, if there's companies that you're already invested in, if there's companies that you're looking into, you're not even invested yet, but you want to start learning about earnings reports, the company's financials, you want to get guidance, you want to know, any partnerships that the company has made, you can download this app and it's called Qatar, Quartr in the App Store on
Oh, you
Mac.
give them the game.
Hey, it's in the Apple App Store, and it should be on Android App Store as well. You download the app, and I'll show you the app. It looks like it's this app right here. It's like a queue, and you go in there, you go to explore. I'm showing y'all, so ain't no excuse. You go in there, you type in your company. So if we typed in Nvidia, you type in your company, you go in there and you follow it. You see, I'm already following the company. You follow your company, and then once you follow your company, you can keep track of it, and then it'll have all of the companies that you added, and then you'll be able to see those earnings. You'll be able to see all the earnings for all the different companies. So make sure y'all go download that Quartr. That's the app to keep track of all of your earnings calls, any announcements, any Q&A, all of that. And y'all getting it from OTC, man, because anybody else gonna charge you. Trust me. I know. I've been in the space. People is charging for the game, but we're giving it to y'all for the free. So when we talk about earnings season, what companies am I watching? Companies that I'm paying attention to that are going to be doing earnings in January. So when we look at January, January is a pretty stacked month. We're starting off earnings with what's the first company on my list? The first company is, it looks like TSM. We have TSM going ahead and doing earnings on January 16th. And then we have Micron doing, no, that's not earnings. So we got TSM on January 16th doing their earnings call. Then we have Netflix on January 24th doing their earnings call. Then we have SoFi on January 27th doing their earnings call. We have AMD, a company that I'm a big fan of, doing their Q4 earnings call on January 28th. We have Meta Platforms doing theirs on January 29th. Tesla doing theirs on January 29th. Microsoft doing theirs on January 29th. ASML doing theirs on January 29th. You have Apple coming in on January 30th. You have Alphabet coming in and doing theirs on January 30th. Amazon, January 31st. Palantir that's going into February. So all of those companies that I just named are going to be doing earnings in January. And I'll tell you right now, listening to earnings calls is not the funnest thing to do. It's not entertaining. But when you're dealing with money, when you're dealing with big business, when you're dealing with investing, it's not always going to be entertaining. But you have to get the information. And for me, I advise that when you listen to earnings, you listen to them twice. Because I'm telling you, they're boring. You're going to get sidetracked. You might doze off. And the second time you listen to it, you're going to hear something that you may have not caught the first time. And make sure when you're listening to those earnings, you take notes. You listen to it the first time, then the second time, I'll go and listen to it at maybe 1.5 or 2x speed to get through it a little faster. Because especially when you get during days where you maybe have like 3-4 earnings in a day, you want to get through them. And I just told somebody earlier, you have to pay attention to these earnings. You have to tap into them. You have to get the information, preferably live while it's going on, because there may be guidance. There may be certain things that they mention in those calls that can be a catalyst for that stock going up or that stock going down. You need to know. You need to know if Nvidia is saying, okay, our Blackwell chips, they're beating expectations. Man, we got 5 million more orders than we expected. That's going to draw the price up. But if you slacked on your earnings, you only listen to the guidance, you just missed that run up. You just missed being able to get in before, the smart money start to pile in. So you have to pay attention to those earnings. And we have a lot of them coming up in January, February, and March. So make sure you download that app. Thank me later.
Boy, internet seems to be one to work through it. But bro, how you come across that app? Like, when we talk, it's a lot of applications or just a lot of game that you seem to almost like it's hard to come across it. Of course, like it's not like everything is just upfront and out in the open like it would be in crypto. So how'd you come across that app?
Well, when it comes to stocks, not only when it comes to this in general, I have not only over the last couple of years been investing in the stock market, I've been investing in my skill set and my knowledge base, which means that unfortunately, I've had to pay people to teach me what they know. I've had to pay people for resources. I've had to pay people for tools like this. I've had to pay, and I know that one of the reasons we even started this channel is to close that barrier to entry, because when you get to dealing with a lot of the people in the space, they're starting to charge ungodly amounts that the average person may not be able to afford to be able to get this information. And we wanted to be able to provide the information at, to make it more accessible to people, So long story short, man, I've had to spend years and spend a lot of money paying. I've had to spend a lot of hours researching, trial and error, looking at the different things. But some of my best resources, I've indeed had to pay for. Some of your favorite content creators in the space, I won't say no names, they do indeed gatekeep, and you're going to pay a fee if you want that game. I know for sure I've given away multiple resources that I've had to pay real money for. So I hope that you're picking up on it.
On me, and they say a lot of people don't respect the game that's given unless they got to pay for it. Which I mean can be true. I can definitely understand where that comes from, but the whole aspect of gatekeeping. Like, I feel like more of us would get ahead or be ahead if the information was more readily available on one hand about what you do with that information for granted. Do you really respect it? If you don't act on it, do you really respect the game that's given to you for free? You know what I'm saying? Like you said.
Yeah. I mean, it do it.
If Go ahead.
I mean, it do hit a little different when you got to pay for it, because when you're paying for the game, that's an intentional act. No one's when you have skin in the game, it hit different. You know, when somebody give you some information for free, you can take it for granted, you can blow it off. But when you're paying, and I'm not talking about $100 or a few $100s, I'm talking about I've spent thousands of dollars on getting game and information and resources from people, real money, you know. But hey, man, you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in knowledge. You know, you have people doing coaching calls, and some eventually at a certain point, you're going to have to pay. Once you get to a certain level, you're going to have to pay those people to know what they know, to get in those rooms. And more for me, it's more so about once I get the information. If I have to pay $1,000 to get, okay, now the information is going to generate me 10x, 20x, 30x, 50x what I paid for it. So it's always worth it. It's always worth it.
Right. I mean, and that goes to show like it's not just about getting the information. It's about actually applying and doing something with it. Because if you don't do nothing with it, then what was the point? What was the whole point? So I think the nugget of it that you can pull out of that is, man, respect the game. Respect the game, because a lot of people out here spend a lot of time, a lot of their own personal time trying to build their toolbox, if you will. And then and if they're generous enough to pass that game on, man, it's few people that do that. It's very few people that do that, especially without astronomical number that the average person shell out and just cash or whatever the case may be with no problem. A lot of $1,000 to be in a club is ridiculous. I mean, for a lot of people. So, okay. um, what else would you say related to earnings reports? I mean, what else you got related?
When it comes to earnings reports, what I want you to be paying attention to, if for one, if you're new to earnings reports, it may seem like a foreign language. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of numbers, it's a lot of metrics, there's a lot of acronyms, and that's part of the reason why on my personal channel that I've started to, really go into breaking that down so that you can understand it more. Because I'm not gonna lie, financials, it can get kind of tricky, but I want you to pay attention to, which is something I think everybody can really grasp. I want you to pay attention to profit margins. I want you to pay attention to profit margins. I want you to pay attention to net income, not total revenue. I want you to pay attention to net income, what that company is actually taking in as profit, what they have after they pay their business expenses, their taxes, any dividends if they had to pay that. I want you to pay attention to that net income, revenue, and those are the things that I want you to be paying attention to, just if you're a beginner, because those are metrics that you can easily see to be able to say, okay, this company is profitable. And that's a start. If you're new, I want you to be able to identify that a company is profitable. I want you to look at those profit margins, and I want you to look at the net income. Those are two things I want you to look at.
But that's solid game, man. That's solid game. With that being said, man, we're gonna rotate right over into Nvidia. So Jensen obviously got an issue with the Biden administration restrictions that they've put on to Nvidia for one reason or another. So just from based off my knowledge, I know that they have one related to being able to sell certain chips to China. They're not selling the top of the line chips. It's very dumbed down chips compared to what is provided to United States companies, and several other things. But I mean, you know more about on this topic than I do. So go ahead and dive into that.
When it comes to the chips, we already had a certain level of restrictions when it comes to the level of technologically advanced chips that they can already get. Period. So we've already had limitations on them as far as chips. And now we've seen things come out like China's DeepSeek 3, in which whose chips that they use to develop DeepSeek 3? They used
That's a good
Nvidia
point.
chips. They used Nvidia chips, and that is our biggest semiconductor export. You know, when you talk about chips going out to other countries, and not only that, China they have big market share when it comes to Nvidia. I think they account for over $5 billion of Nvidia's revenue, you know, this past year. So China buys a lot of chips from them, and they're not even buying the most technologically advanced. And they've still been able to take those lesser chips and develop things like DeepSeek 3, which is a large language model that, according to experts, they're saying that that's even beating OpenAI's ChatGPT in certain metrics. So they're taking lesser chips and doing less with more. It took us hundreds of billions of dollars to develop our large language models, and they've developed that with our lesser chips, with the outputs from ChatGPT, and did it with $6 million. So I've said before, we're not going to be able to stop China. We can slow them down, but we're not going to be able to stop them. But Biden has taken it a step further, and he's put even more tighter restrictions and put even more restrictions on AI chip exports to countries of concern. And he's talking about China. He's talking about China. He does not want China having our best chips in hand. And I can understand it, because we are in an AI race, we are in a technology race with them. But I think you have to find a sweet spot. You have to find a common ground, because like Jensen said, Jensen feels like he's doing a lot of these things to spite Trump. And we can already see that with things like the Bitcoin reserve that we'll probably get into a little bit later. He's doing a lot of things to spite Trump, like with Russia.
Oh yeah, we definitely touching that.
With the DOJ and Bitcoin, with this whole chips thing. He's been doing a lot of things. And Jensen just spoke at CES, and they asked him about politics and how he thought it would affect the company. And he kind of took a neutral stance. And then a few days later, you see him outwardly speak out against the Biden administration. And they just made another post on the Instagram this morning. So they're outwardly showing their displeasure with the Biden administration, what they're doing. They think it can not only negatively affect Nvidia, but negatively affect the United States when it comes to our technology companies, and they think it's going to stunt our growth. And at the end of the day, it can open up opportunity for another technology company, maybe not a United States one, to come in and take that market share. I mean, you can't leave opportunity in a space as competitive as AI. You get the lowering what Nvidia can do when it comes to globally providing chips for the whole world. Somebody else is going to step in, and they're going to get those chips from somewhere else if they can't get them from Nvidia.
Right. So with that being said, what do you think about government and essentially almost manipulating the market a little bit when it comes to telling you who you can and cannot sell to, especially in terms of Nvidia, where China is one of Nvidia's biggest markets that they sell to? Does that not also stifle that company? Like,
It does. And that's it.
If you were the head of a company like that, would you consider? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, what you're saying, what you're saying is exactly the sentiment that Jensen Huang is sharing. He feels the same way, and it only makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like you're hurting me, and I'm a U.S. based company, right? Like, in a way. But at the same time, though, I kind of get it. I kind of get where they're coming from. Like, no, you don't want to give your best chips to your competitor or like a country of concern, I guess is what the term that they're using. But as the company that's based in the United States to or somewhere else. That's just my thought, though.
I mean, you playing a dangerous game, and I don't necessarily think that Donald Trump is going to share the same sentiment of a Joe Biden. I think he's going to find a way to allow Nvidia to flourish, while at the same time maybe limiting what they're giving to China, but he's not going to do it to the detriment of Nvidia. That's where you have to walk that fine line. Yes, you want to limit what China can get, but at the same time, you can't hurt. Because we got to be honest, Nvidia has the second largest market cap after Apple. If you hurt Nvidia, you hurt the stock. We can't have that. We can't have that.
Yeah, I mean, Nvidia is carrying the Magnificent Seven right now.
Can't have that. We can't. So they're going to have to figure something out.
Right.
They're going to have to figure something out.
Man, I don't know, man. We're gonna see. I for one have been a huge critic of the Biden administration. They've done a lot of damage to the crypto industry. Now it seems like they're trying to do the same thing to the AI industry and the semiconductor space. You know, Nvidia, stuff like that. Like, where was this action, you know, early in his campaign or his presidency? Because he seemed to be pretty buddy with just about everybody when it comes to Biden. And then those weak ass sanctions he had with Russia and China, like, bro, they just circumvented that. They found a different way to get their product into the United States, or found a different way of doing business when in terms of Russia. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't really hurt them. You ended up hurting us more than anything. You made us look stupid.
Well, I mean, I think that's where we talk about. I've said before, whether people like it or not, I think Trump's done more from a just networking perspective, from a laying framework, laying groundwork, getting all of our top CEOs, our top influential people. He's getting all these people, whether you like it or not. All of the most influential, richest, most powerful people in the world have been to Mar-a-Lago in the last 2 months. They've all been there, and it's not by mistake. We've had all of these CEOs donating to his inaugural fund. We've had all these people coming to kiss the ring. We've had all these world leaders, all of these ambassadors, prime ministers coming to see him, and it's not by mistake. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, whether you like it or not. I feel like he's done more. He has done more in terms of politicking that matters. He's done more in the last 2 months than Biden has done in his presidency. And we've seen the last 2 months, Biden has been doing things that will negatively affect us.
Right. Negatively. Right. And I definitely agree with that. I mean, how you even see crypto company CEOs, you know, taking pictures, and they're going to be at the crypto ball on the inauguration day, all types of stuff. Like, bro, like Trump is, I ain't never seen no president move like this when it comes to business. Now, I don't agree with Donald Trump on a whole lot of stuff, but when it comes to foreign policy and how he moving with these companies, and like, yeah, a lot of people get into talking about taxing the rich and stuff like that, but man, I personally don't agree with that, because you start taxing that top tier, bro, it's gonna get funneled down here, and that's when you start stifling innovation, like you saw during the Biden admin. I mean, even in the energy sector, day one, the energy sector took a L of the Biden admin, shutting down a major pipeline project, things of that nature. So I just look, man, it's all about how you know how to move in those rooms, how you know how to talk to people, how you can get people to come under the same common goal, things of that nature, be on the same understanding. So I'm definitely liking some of the moves I've seen. At least I don't know what's being said behind closed doors, obviously, but some of the stuff. I mean, hell, bro, you even saw Obama dapping him up, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Hey,
come on, man. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
That's what bro. The people that y'all think hate Donald Trump, and the people that put a batter in y'all back to hate Donald Trump, the people that put a batter in y'all back to say he was racist, are the same people. If we go back and rewind the tape, these are some of the same people he was running with, some of the same people that he was politicking with, some of the same people that he's been on vacations with, the same people that's been out to Mar-a-Lago many times before he was a president, the same people that had business dealings with him, the same people that were showing up at his casinos when he were opening those, the same people that were showing up to his hotel grand openings. Go back and do your history. We didn't start hearing that Donald Trump was racist till he started getting into politics.
Exactly. Exactly. The moment he decided to be a politician, and now all of a sudden Donald Trump is antichrist. Like, bro, I'm good on the theatrics, man. Like I said, I don't fully trust or agree with any politician. But at the end of the day, I gotta be objective, one. And two, I gotta go with the eye test. And the eye test is telling me everybody getting in line for Donald Trump for one reason or another. I can't speak on, like I said, what's going on behind closed doors, but the fact that that's even happening and the optics, that tells me everything I need to know. But moving on, bro, like, and that kind of segues into the next topic, bro. Talking your book. This is what it looks like to talk your book when you a politician, bro. They'll say anything under the sun about you, but then when they think the camera's not rolling, they ha and he. They dapping each other up. They trying to go on golfing trips, man. They having these meetings and lunch meetings and stuff like that. And the same goes for investing. And the reason why this was even a topic is mainly because Jamie Dimon. I wish I had the video. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, big bank, big money, is now suddenly talking about Bitcoin inherently has no value. But literally, if you rewind it a couple months ago, when Bitcoin was starting to tick up, now all of a sudden Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin is great, Bitcoin is that. Bro, they all do this. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, biggest bank in the world. Literally, if you rewind the tape a couple years ago, he was saying the same thing. Now he's talking about Bitcoin and digital assets is the best thing going on right now. So, man, when I talk to people, bro, they always want to bring up these big figureheads and talking about how, like, well, so and so said this and so said that. Man, pay it. Don't listen to what they say. Pay attention to what they doing. Pay attention to what they doing. Bump what they said.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. And you know what, man? I'm gonna put you on something. I spoke on this in my one of my recent videos, the job report video I did. Go check that out on my YouTube page when you get a chance. But this is a dashboard that I created on Arkham Intelligence. This platform allows you to track big name, well-known, established crypto wallet addresses. As you can see, I have some of the biggest names in the game on this dashboard. We got BlackRock, we got Fidelity, we got Grayscale, which is a fiduciary. They offer financial services related to crypto to institutional funds. They also have some ETFs and stuff like that. They were one of the first Bitcoin ETF applicants out there. We got Galaxy Digital, another one of those up there, ran by what's his name? Novogratz. I think his first name is Dave Novogratz. And then we got Donald Trump, of course, tracking his wallets. And
hey, man, why you ain't got Pelosi on there, gang?
Bro, I haven't found her wallet. The minute I find her wallet, let's see.
Find her wallet. That's the one.
Yeah, Pelosi don't have one. At least not one known, at least. So, bro, when you hear people like Larry Fink of BlackRock talking a book, talking about how Bitcoin don't have no intrinsic value, or even though that was Jamie Dimon, but when you rewind the tape, Larry Fink of BlackRock was saying the same thing. All right, bet. Larry Fink of BlackRock, let's go check your wallet address. To me, it don't sound like
wallet.
Bro, this is his wallet.
That's crazy.
Let's check that wallet.
Come on, and I see Bitcoin the biggest holding.
Bro, and you got, how many commas is that? 1, 2, 3. But man, come on. You got 3 commas. That's $52 billion.
Oh, man, that's like smoking weed. Hey, man, don't do what I do.
Don't do what I do. Right.
Come on, bro, man. What you mean?
Come on.
Bro, say what you mean and mean what you say. If you saying it has no intrinsic value, I should not be seeing you heavily invested.
They got 52 billion.
That's gatekeeping at its finest. And we know what that's about. You want the dumb money to stay out as long as possible so you can buy at a lower price point for longer and longer and longer. And then by the time they get in, you're going to use them as liquidity.
Absolutely. You know that's what they're gonna do. I mean, like, bro, to me, $52 billion in an investment don't seem like it has no intrinsic value. Clearly, you think it's valuable enough to have 52 B's in that thing. So again, man, be careful with who you listening to. You know what I'm saying? And again, don't go based off of what people say. Go based off of what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, Fidelity, another big custodial. They got 26 billion.
Hey, and when you see the Black Rocks, the Fidelities, the Grayscale, when you see them, whenever you see them getting into an asset, what anybody else talking about, man? We talking about the richest. Come on, man. They not buying it for nothing.
Right.
They not buying it for nothing. They have to keep their returns at a certain level to be able to keep their customer base happy. They're buying Bitcoin for a reason.
And every other asset. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, I may not be heavy in the meme culture, but they own some memes. You know what I'm saying? They own some Pepe. They own some Jesus coin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not promoting any type of tokens on this platform whatsoever. I'm just simply telling you. I'm just not even telling you. I'm showing you what some of the biggest names in the game are doing. And it's not me. I mean, I'm doing my thing, of course.
And when he telling y'all about this, I'll give you another tip of the game. When you turn on CNBC or you listen to certain analysts and they say, "Oh man, we ain't buying Nvidia, man. We ain't buying Apple. They ain't been innovating for years and yada 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 yada." You can go to a good old website called Seeking Alpha, and you can go scroll all the way down to that good old bottom, and you can see a chart of how many people, investors, retail investors, institutional. You can see exactly who's holding what. And if you go and see a lot of these companies, institutional investors have the biggest holdings. So while they're on TV telling you, "Oh no, man, that's not a good buy. That's not a good buy," they're buying up the shares.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, I just wanted to show y'all, you know, what it means to talk your book, not just from a political standpoint, but an investing standpoint. Man, you got like you said, man, you got all these big names, these CEOs of these big banks and financial institutions hopping on CNBC, going on live international, or not international, but national TV, telling you that, hey, don't do this with your money, don't do that with your money. Or when they do tell you to do something, it's probably the wrong time to be doing it. That's another part of the game that you got to understand too. So pay attention to what these people are doing. And platforms like Arkham Intelligence allows you to actually track these people's wallets, right? And then you can see exactly what they're doing. When they get to selling, you'll be able to see when they get to selling. When they buying, you'll be able to get to see when they buying. Like, scrolling down, this is historical balance, bro. BlackRock been talking cash money BS about Bitcoin and this, that, and the third for I don't know how long. Bro, all 2024, they was buying. It was buying all 2024. More and more. Same thing with Fidelity, going all the way back to 2019. 2020, bro, they was buying. It was buying. Like, come on, man. Man.
It gets to a certain point. You have to understand, in the world of investing, they don't care about anything else besides the bottom line. Is this thing generating returns? Yes. Okay, we're buying. And when it's not generating returns, we'll swap it out for what is.
Absolutely.
So they're telling you, "Oh, it has no intrinsic value. There's nothing, it's nothing behind it." Blah. Don't listen to them. And this is why it's important for you to know how to go when we're talking about crypto, how to go look for these white papers. When it comes to stocks, how to go listen to the earnings calls, look at the financial reports. That's why it's important to know how to go do your own research and hear it from the horse's mouth, so that you don't have to rely on them to give you the information and they can sway you whatever way they want to sway you.
Absolutely, bro. So man, I just want to put y'all on game on, related to Arkham Intelligence. I kind of went over this in a video I posted on my channel, but man, it's so important when you hear people say do your own research, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, relying on publications all the time, this, that, and the third, but like when you're able to dive in deeper and like really get to looking at the numbers, I mean, come on. Next time you hear BlackRock, somebody from BlackRock say don't buy this, don't buy that, just remember, man, they own 557,000 Bitcoin.
Sheesh.
Just remember that. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
You might as well. So we're talking about Bitcoin. You might as well talk about that DOJ.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. And what sucks is I had. Oh no! I do got it up. I got it up. So I found another chart on CryptoQuant. Let me stop sharing this one and share the other one. So basically, bro, the Department of Justice got cleared to start selling Bitcoin from the Silk Road asset forfeiture earlier.
You know what's crazy about that? Bro, Biden, his entire 4-year administration, he has not once even spoke on Bitcoin. He hasn't cared about it. He hasn't thought about it. It hasn't been on the top of his mind at all. The moment you hear Cynthia Lummis and now all these senators and states talking about Bitcoin and they're championing Trump as the Bitcoin president and the one who's going to push crypto, and he's coming in and he's going to pass the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and he's going to be the one who pushed Bitcoin. And the moment you hear that, now you want to go sell the Bitcoin. We know what it's about. Like, come on. You haven't cared about it at all.
And what pisses me off about all of this, and really just how the Biden administration in general has treated crypto, is from day one, bro, they were super hostile to crypto. And on top of that, they were buddy with the criminals of crypto, but put legal action against those that were trying to do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, the whole FTX situation with Sam Bankman-Fried, you know what I'm saying? SBF ass. He in jail right now, as he should be. But that was a slap on the wrist, in my opinion, because his whole game was to steal from people and utilize customer funds to funnel other investments. But why was he buddy with Gary Gensler, chairman of the SEC under the Biden administration? Why was he buddy with just about every single Democrat in Congress? Why? And then not only that, Buddy was Sam Bankman-Fried was donating millions of dollars to Democrats. Don't get me wrong. It was Republicans that received some bread too. So I'm on their ass too about this. But what I have an issue about is they went after those that were trying to figure out how to do things by the book. And when they would ask the SEC, yo, what's the rules of the road? Oh, we don't know. But tell us how you doing your business. You tell them how you was doing your business. Next thing you know, you get hit with a Wells notice. But every scam under the sun was operating just fine. Sam Bankman-Fried included. You know what I'm saying? So I got an issue with how Biden administration treated the crypto community, treated the whole just the whole industry. And yeah, like to your point, when you see Trump talking about he gonna do this, that, and the third for the crypto economy and the crypto industry, now you see Biden wanting to sell. So let's get into this chart. There's a person part of the crypto community. Looks like his name is Martin, spelled kind of funny, but shout out to you, Martin. I really dig your chart, man, and I'm gonna use your chart for this example. This is using CryptoQuant. I talked about this tool in one of my videos, so if you watch that video, you should know about it. But basically, this chart tracks the wallet of the Department of Justice, and it shows the balance of Bitcoins that they've had since they seized it from Silk Road, right? So you've seen it kind of increase. So this gold line right here that I'm tracking is the address balance, so the overall balance of the wallet. It's grown over time. It's spiked over time, especially as the price of Bitcoin increased. And then the purple line, obviously, is the price of Bitcoin over time. Even though the Department of Justice has been cleared to sell Bitcoin, none of it has moved. None of it has moved out of this wallet just yet. So when will they start selling? I don't know.
I think he said, "Oh yeah, you cleared," but as we see, Trump is moving and shaking down there in DC. I'm pretty sure he made a call. Hey, don't
You
touch
better not
that.
sell a single
Don't
Bitcoin.
touch that, or you're going to deal with me when I get in. You know what time it is. You know I'm finna be. I'm back in a week. Don't touch nothing.
Right. You
That's
bet
the
not
call I
touch
was
that.
making. Don't touch nothing.
Right. And what's funny is this wallet address in particular holds 69,000, almost 70,000 Bitcoin. At today's price is 95,000 a piece. And they own damn near 70,000 Bitcoin. You do the math. You do the math. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread. So despite Biden saying, yeah, you can sell that Bitcoin, none of it has moved. So kudos to the Department of Justice for not actually moving any Bitcoin to exchanges. Because when you look at exchange inflow, this is another chart, this is another metric. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right one. Exchange inflows and outflows are extremely important to analyzing the overall sentiment, overall outlook of the market, especially related to crypto. When you see a lot of inflow to an exchange, that typically means a lot of people are moving assets to an exchange to sell. When you see a lot of outflow, meaning a lot of assets moving from exchanges to privately held wallets, that means people are gearing up to hold for the long term. You know what I'm saying? Patting that long-term bag. So this is the Bitcoin exchange inflow. This is inflow specifically for the Bitcoin token. No other token, because we're talking Bitcoin right now. So obviously, the white line that I'm following right here is the price of Bitcoin. The green down here is the volume of inflows to exchanges. So right now at this price, exchange inflow total is about 32K Bitcoin on January 12th. So yeah, that's not a lot compared to going all the way back to 2021, where they had like this spike right off in here, where they had 133,000 Bitcoins flowing to the exchange for sale. So I think for the most part, inflows seem to be down, which is always a good thing. But we'll see. We'll see in the coming weeks. I mean, we just in Q1. Q1 tends to be, especially the end of Q1, that tends to be where the major sell-offs happen. Q2, Q3, that's when we start seeing some ticking up. So we'll see. But right now, we seem to be in good hands. You know what I'm saying? In good shape. We don't see a whole lot of inflows going on right now. But I will definitely be paying attention to this as you hear more about the Department of Justice and things of that nature, preparing to sell, whether they sell over the weekend or what, we don't know. But Trump got to make it through one more weekend before we can even remotely say we in the clear. So we're gonna see.
I'm pretty sure he didn't make a call, bro. Bro. This is the thing. You got to think when we're talking about financial fiscal responsibility when it comes to the United States. Biden should be the last person anybody should want selling this Bitcoin because he's liable to send the damn money to Ukraine. He's liable to spend the money on some bullshit. The Bitcoin Strategic Reserve is proposing we lock it up, and the only thing it can be used for is to pay down our $36 trillion in debt, which is what it should be going to. If anything, Biden, if he said it's not going to that, trust me.
No,
he's sending everything we own over to Ukraine.
Man, he'll send some socks over there if he could, bro. Like he'll send anything, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And if we just want to just do our due diligence, as researchers and investors, we can look at the outflows real quick too. This is Bitcoin exchange outflows for all exchanges. Again, white line is current price. It's tracking price of Bitcoin. The green represents the actual outflow from exchanges. Last recorded price or last recorded outflow day was January 12th. We had an exchange outflow of 30,000. So 30,000 Bitcoins left exchanges in total, which is about even, I'll say, even with inflow. So you won't really see crazy price impact. So the question remains though, where did the sell-offs come from? Where did the weekend sell-offs came from? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know where they came from. But Bitcoin really didn't take as big of a hit as altcoins did. Bitcoin pretty much remains stable at around the mid 90s, as far mid 90,000s as far as price goes. So, while we at it on Bitcoin, I'll hit market sentiment for Bitcoin. If things flow in its natural state, in my opinion, before Trump even if Trump says something or does something positive for Bitcoin, I do still think Bitcoin has to touch 70,000 one last time. That's my personal opinion. That is my personal opinion. And the reason being is because 70,000 marked the top of last cycle. And if you know anything about charts, if you know anything about markets, market structure, market cycles, then you understand that the previous top always has to be retested. It always has to be retested and become support in order for the price or that market to reach higher highs. So our current high is about 108,000. I definitely think if we want to see the 200,000s, 250,000s or above, like people are calling for Bitcoin, we got to see 70,000 first. We got to see 70,000 again first. That's just my opinion, not financial advice. Please don't go out and buy Bitcoin just based off of that sentiment. Anything can change. Quite literally, anything can change. Nothing. I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that, but that's my opinion. That's definitely something I've marked up on my own charts. That's something that I'll be paying attention to. Best believe if what I think is right, best believe I'll be backing up that truck, backing up the Brinks truck.
Got to. I buy every single day. And if it get to 70K, it's gonna be
hey, if it gets to 70K like I think it is, man, I just might have to, bro. I just might have to. I mean, my bags are getting packed in other assets, but Bitcoin, that's one of them ones that you just gotta have as like a, just in case type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's tried and true. So yeah. But moving on, man. We didn't hit talking our book. We didn't hit the DOJ and Biden. And then we didn't touch market sentiment for a little bit. But man, we'll get more into market sentiment a little bit later to wrap this up. But I really wanted to chop it up about inflation and how it impacts our purchasing power with US dollar, of course. When I talk to people about inflation, man, they really don't understand how it works, because one comment I always get is, well, a dollar is a dollar. On the surface, yes, a dollar is a dollar, but how you measure the value of that dollar and if it's changed is if you can take that same dollar and buy the same things from the previous year that you could with that dollar. A lot of the times you can't. Like if I could buy 5 pieces of bubble gum with $1 in 2024, can I take that same dollar in 2025 and buy 5 pieces of bubble gum? Probably not, especially with how much we print money, right? So because we both talked about it, you can't outwork inflation. You just can't. Not in this day and age. We've been told to save our bread. You know what I'm saying? We've been told to get a good job. Live below your means, all types of stuff, man. And you can do all of that in this day and age, and you still wouldn't get far. You would get somewhere, but you wouldn't get far. So my main thing with when it comes to inflation is, man, like really paying attention to purchasing power. Like, yeah, you may be making more money, especially when you're talking about careers and stuff like that. Like, I know I'm making more money than what I have in my entire life, but when I really sit down and look at what I'm able to buy with the more dollars that I'm earning, nothing's really changed. Nothing astronomical has really changed. You know what I'm saying? So, what's your take on that?
Man, I don't know. We already talked about this. I'm talking about, bro, over the last 2 years, my annual income has 3x.
Right.
And it don't feel like it.
At all.
It don't feel like it, bro. I'm talking about, bro. I ain't even gonna tell no amounts, but
right.
I'm talking about household incomes just damn near creeping up on them 200s, and it don't feel like it. It don't feel like it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how things are getting more expensive. And you have to invest. You have to switch your mindset from being a consumer to being an investor. You have to switch your mindset from being cash rich to having a net worth. You know, you got to switch it up. You got to switch it up, and you have to invest. And you don't. We talked about this before. Start dollar cost averaging. If you can't afford full shares, start dollar cost averaging. Don't compare your account to somebody else's account, to my account, his account. Start dollar cost averaging. Start building up your account in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years.
9-day difference. 9 days. Bro, it took me 7 years. Like I said on our After Dark podcast, it took me 7 years to really see like what I'm seeing right now. You know what I'm saying? And that took a lot of dedication and consistency. So it don't happen overnight. But like, you know, bro, like you can't, you just, a lot of people, man, like I feel like we're so, this grind culture has really done a number on a lot of people. Like, yeah, you definitely want to grind for what you want. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. But if all you doing is exchanging time for cash, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna be able. You ain't really gonna have much to show for all that time, all that grinding, and all that sacrifice you had to, you know, put in order to hopefully get your family in a good position.
If you're gonna grind, at least pay yourself.
Right.
Pay yourself. You can't be grinding. Yeah, go ahead.
People think paying yourself means buying something expensive.
No.
What's your take on that?
I can speak from this personally. I'm gonna be transparent. Last year on miscellaneous BS, shoes, clothes, jewelry. I'm not gonna lie, bro. No cap. In the last 5 years, I've spent easily over $100,000 on bullshit. Just imagine if I had put that in the market. Exactly.
$100K?
If you think I'm lying,
$100K?
Yo. No cap.
Hey, we don't judge.
No cap at all, bro. Last 5 years, easy.
Oh,
imagine if that shit was in the market, gang. So when I'm telling y'all, switch that mindset, it's for a reason. I had to bump my head. I had to learn. I had to go through the transition. I had to waste money. I had to miss gains. Yeah. So I'm telling you, that for that money who had already been in the market, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all right now.
Hell no.
Wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all right now. But it come with the game. Luckily, I learned that lesson earlier in my life when I wasn't really even making no money. You know, I wasn't making 6 figures before. So now that I'm making real money, my mindset has already shifted. I had to get that out of my system. I had to bump my head. And when you got somebody it's different when it's an old head telling you, oh man, you don't need to be. But we young, bro. We in our 20s. If I'm in my 20s, and I'll be telling my partners, my young homies is a couple of years younger than me, like, hey man, it ain't work. Cause it hit different when people are spending their lives saving up to get this, doing that, going into debt. It hit different when people ask me all the time, they know I want, like for instance, I want a Cybertruck real bad. Right. Real bad. I can indeed afford to go get a Cybertruck tomorrow if I want one. I can afford to make the payment. Would it be financially responsible? Absolutely not. Would it greatly hinder my ability to invest? Absolutely. You're talking about, after the car payment and insurance, you're talking about maybe upwards of $2,000 a month. That's a lot of money wasted. These are the type of things you have to take into account, the type of things that you have to put off to the side for now, delayed gratification, because it hit different. You're talking about, it's a lot of guys out here with nice cars, this, and that, and they got $1,000 car payments. It hit a lot different when you can go buy that thing cash.
Yeah. bro. And I'm trying to be modest and get me a little forerunner, and I don't, and I ain't, and I'm like, man, I don't know, man. Like, what am I have to give up for that? Like,
But it's
that's
like
my main thing.
it's like, bro, you gotta for one, you need to acquire assets first and then let the assets pay for the liabilities if you're going to get them. The most
Absolutely.
important purchase that I've made over the last 10 years was when I built my house last year.
Yeah.
A long time coming, a goal that I worked extremely hard towards. It costed a shitload of money. And it really put into perspective now when you're talking about home ownership, which is a whole nother topic that we're going to have to talk about on another episode. We have to start buying assets. We have to start buying assets. We have to start buying things that we can leave to our kids, assets that we can leverage to get other assets. We have to start buying assets. We can't just accumulate liabilities. Y'all don't want to see a cyber truck if you don't have a house.
Yeah, I don't want to see no Cybertruck and you pulling up to a 1-bedroom apartment.
No,
unless you an old head and you just don't need a house and it's just you, like, okay, cool, I get that. But if you got a family, you trying to get established and this, that, and the third, and you pulling up to an apartment with a Cybertruck, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, bro. Priorities is all ass backwards.
I don't want to see the bust down watches. I don't want to see the designer. I don't want to see you on crazy trips. And you're pushing 30 at home with moms with no assets.
Oh, don't let me find out you living with mom.
If you're offended, I gotta give you the tough love.
Hey, we all need it though. Because, bro, I had my phase when I first graduated college. Was making money. I thought I was balling. Had my own little apartment. You know what I'm saying? I was buying clothes and shoes every Friday, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't used to it. You know what I'm saying? Coming from a time where when I was a kid, man, at my mama's house and my dad's house, bro, I got things twice a year on birthday and Christmas. That's it. Like dead ass, bro, dead ass. Because it was money just didn't come by for us like that. So you got things on them 2 important days, and so you had to make it work. So when I graduated college after going through that whole financial situation, trying to get through college, my mom's and my dad's busting their ass just to make sure I get through college, that type of stuff. I started making my own money. I pay my bills on time, didn't have to wait on nobody, this, that, and the third. And I had a little extra money. I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I need that. I need to be able to go out every weekend and turn up. I need to be fresh. I need to do all this, that, and the third. But then when, you know what I'm saying, I kind of calmed down a little bit and I kind of saw how important it was to just, like, this was nothing. Bro, like being able to buy a bottle, being able to go to freaking Fassler Hall or Reds or whatever the case, bro, that's nothing. That's nothing. That ain't fun. You know what I'm saying? Like the real fun is being able to, hey, the whole family come out to Barcelona real quick, man. We got a private villa all paid for. Don't worry about it. That's fun.
When you having money to go do, you talking about OTC going at the Vegas, nigga, the hotel room costing mortgages,
bro.
Hey.
Hotel room cost a monthly mortgage, bro. Like, come on, man.
And not even people. And this is another thing. People y'all need to start being happy with people, because a lot of people when you tell people your accomplishments or you telling your stuff to motivate them, people be really getting jealous. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that.
That's bad behavior.
Because, bro, you gotta think you only as good as the people you surround yourself with. I don't know about you. I want the people around me to be doing more than me because it's gonna push me to up my level.
Right.
Y'all be wanting nobody to win for real.
No, I don't like that. I don't like people like that, bro. Because like, especially, man, bro, you know my story, so I ain't even got to get into details. But bro, when people come from nothing and are able to make themselves into something, you should be excited, especially if you was there to witness it. Why would you not be excited? And then, like, bro, Tulsa born and raised, North Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Nah, like we ain't We not just some run of the mill born with a silver spoon in our mouths. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
So we could definitely speak to, having to actually put in that work. Actually put in that work. You know what I'm saying? And it's not glorifying the struggle, because who want to have a struggle off? I don't want to have a worse struggle than the next person, and I don't want that I don't want nobody's struggle. So comparing struggles is not the type of Olympic game I would like to be part of. However, when people come from that and they are able to make something of themselves, why are you not happy for them? Why are you not happy for them? You know what I'm saying? You should want more of that. And that also is part of the spirit as to why we started all this, because it's like after a while, it's like, hey fam, it's just us two talking about this. Wouldn't it be dope if it was 10, 15, 20, couple hundred of us talking about this, and we can all, hey, pull up your portfolio right now. We all showing off the portfolio. Wouldn't that be nice if it was more than just us two? That'd be great.
Wouldn't it be nice? We all out at Root Chris, or we out in Vegas, we out in Miami, and we are. Man, I got the bill. I got the bill. Chill
right,
out,
fighting to pay the bill, bro. That's the type of that's what I want.
Don't run up the state and then ask me to split the bill between
at all, bro.
I don't want them kind of friends.
No. We need to be playing Russian roulette with the credit cards. That's what we need to be playing.
Hey, but no, man, we really want people to win, bro. I got so many young partners, bro. So many young partners. My rich homie Tyron.
Right.
I need y'all to start investing, bro, because y'all boys will be so rich in 5 years, bro.
Y'all be up.
So rich.
You know, and I get it. Like, especially with some people, it take you got to see it. Sometimes it does take seeing it to be like, okay, that is real. Because I know a few people who had to see my portfolio before it was like, yo, how do I get started? Every other conversation before then was like, man, yeah, I ain't really got it right now. Like, I'll get around to it when I get this, that, and the third. Like, fam, time gonna fly by, and you're gonna be mad as hell that you didn't get started.
Cause people thinking it take all this and all this, bro. It don't take much. I'm trying to tell you, bro. If you go look at my personal YouTube channel, the 0 to 10K challenge, I literally started that account on December 3rd. I started that account on December 3rd. That thing is already at almost $3,000, bro.
And that ain't long. That's not a long time.
I start, bro. You know, when I started buying Bitcoin every day. I started that maybe about what, a month and a half ago.
Yeah, just about.
That's already over $1,000. And
That's
just imagine what that Bitcoin account gonna be looking like by the end of the year. That 0 to 10K challenge account that I started by the end of the year is looking more like 50K by the end of the year.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like
50, 60K, yeah, real easy.
And everything and all my investments that I'm buying right now is in the red. So I'm reaching all-time new highs every week. So just imagine when the stocks get to running up.
Right. I mean, the main premises, man, is just, hey, take it from us, man. We didn't learn all this in one day. It definitely took some time to get a lot of these concepts under our belt. Definitely took life experience to, bring a lot of lessons home. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't just one day have over a 6-figure account. We investing account. We didn't have overnight $1 million account. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, man, just a little bit every day. That's his strategy. Me, when I got started, it was quite literally every time I got paid. That was after. Hell, I almost invested before paying my bills at times.
Hey, that's not financial advice.
Hey, and that's not financial advice, bro. Do not do that. Do not do that. I'm not telling people to do that. I'm just saying, and that's all jokes. I'm just saying that when I first started investing, I really started seeing the power of investing. Like, it became a high priority up there with paying my bills. That's what I mean by that. Do not crash out and invest before you get your business taken care of. Please don't do that.
But you got to treat that portfolio like a bill.
Oh, of course.
I put money in. I invest. I literally invest every single day, but I definitely invest large sums when I get paid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When you're getting bonuses,
hey,
large sums.
Hey, Shawty already know where mine going. Don't even ask. Ask.
My profit sharing coming in March.
Same. So I'm counting the days now. I got one of them things where you rip the day off. Like, hey, counting the days down, player. Can't wait. But go ahead.
One more tip, man. Whenever y'all are seeing increases in y'all money, because I'm manifesting that for y'all. Y'all gonna see increases in y'all money when y'all getting raises, y'all leveling up, y'all getting education, y'all starting businesses, whatever it is. When y'all get more money, don't let lifestyle creep in. Don't go buy the new car right away. Don't go buy this. Don't go. Hey, let the money pile up. Enjoy the time when your income versus your expenses is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't run it up to here.
Enjoy be back in the same spot you started in.
Enjoy that time, man, and run that bag up and invest, man. Invest in yourself. If you have to go pay for courses, if you have to pay for educational content, do that. Do that, man. You your biggest investment.
Absolutely. I agree with that, man. When you can keep your expenses low and your income is 2x, 3x, 4x your expenses every month, man, that's a great place to be. That's a great place to be.
It's hard to do. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, you preaching to the choir, bro. It is more, especially on the day-to-day. Now, when we just talking this, that, and the third, it sound easy. But on the day-to-day basis, when life is lifing and this, that, and the third, man, that's hard. That's hard to do. But that come with being disciplined.
Every time I just passed a Cybertruck today and got weak in the knees.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get that Forerunner. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm getting that Cybertruck too.
I'm gonna get it, but I don't know when. And don't be mad if you see me in a 2021 Forerunner for the time being. Like,
I don't care about that. You know that bag. You know that bag like that though.
Hey man, because the 2025 was enticing, but it would be mad irresponsible. It'd be mad irresponsible for me to drop that bag right there. That's all I gotta say. And I'm practical. I'm modest. My man's over here. He a little different.
I'm gonna run it up now.
Yeah. He a little different, but that's okay though. That's totally okay. That's totally okay. I love living vicariously through the people I'm around. I ain't always got to experience things firsthand. Yeah, I can experience things secondhand.
I'm gonna spend big and I'm gonna best believe. But the thing about me is when I acquire things that I want, it makes me work even harder.
Absolutely.
It makes me grind even harder. It makes me want to invest more. It makes me figure out ways to make more money and more money and more money. So that's how I got. If you're gonna acquire more things, at least that's another thing. If you're gonna acquire more things and you're gonna have that type of taste and you want this and you want that, have the work ethic to match. Because a lot of y'all be wanting this, and the work ethic is down here.
In hell, non-existent. The math ain't mathing.
Nah.
Math ain't mathing. But bro, man, with that being said, man, we're gonna call it a day on this episode, man. We had a little shaky start with the internet, but it's okay. It's okay. We work through those things. You know, we push through challenges always. But yeah, man, be sure to like, share, subscribe. You know, we got our individual channels. Of course, we got OTC. So my individual channel is AFHD Media. Be sure to give me a subscription or give me a subscribe. Check out some of my videos, man. You want to give your plug real quick?
Brandon Lew 1, BRANDON LEW 1 is the YouTube. Go check it out. I got new videos basically every single day covering investing, man. Investing tips, investing education, wealth building, all of that, man. Go tap in with me.
I mean, of course, when we come together, man, we build OTC, Over the Counter Podcast. And this has been episode 2 with OTC. Appreciate y'all, man. See you on the next one.